Man like Robbie, welcome along to MLR Daily. I'm not going to deny, for the first time in quite a few weeks, I'm in a pretty good mood on a Monday morning because my team, Arsenal, managed to pull off a victory yesterday against Manchester United. 2-0 winners on the day, and first half that was pretty dire. You know, it was really poor in the first half from both teams. United had a chance which they fluffed. Arsenal had a couple of chances. But then in the second half, the game lit up. Granit Xhaka with a deflected goal went in off the back of Ander Herrera. What was Herrera doing? Everybody knows, even my little young son who plays football knows that you do not turn your back on a shot. He turned his back, cowardly really, on the shot. I'm not saying he's a coward, but that move was cowardly. Turned his back on the shot and it looped right in. De Gea had no chance. And a goal for Granit Xhaka, and Arsenal were 1-0 up. And then, just to rub salt into the wounds, Danny Welbeck, ex-Manchester United player who was let go by them, with a great header from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, banged it into the net, and it was 2-0 to the Arsenal, and they managed to hold on to that. And quite a damaging defeat for Manchester United as regards getting into the top four through the league. We know that they still have the chance of doing it through the Europa League, but that kind of looks like it's ended their chances of doing it through the league, and also ended their 25 run of games where they've been unbeaten. And I have to say, just looking on it, and I was just chatting to one of my Manchester United mates just before I came onto the show, and I was saying to him that I felt Jose Mourinho, his mind games backfired on this one. They had a very strong team out there. Yes, they did rest 8 players, as he pointed out, but when you can bring in guys like, you know, Martial, Darmian, Smalling, Jones, Mkhitaryan, you know, it's not the weakest team in the world. Rooney, you know, the team costs millions and millions of pounds, but it's almost like Mourinho had talked into the Manchester United team that this game didn't really matter. And they played like that. There was no intensity from Manchester United, and they were comprehensively beaten on the day, 2-0 to Arsenal, and a big win for Arsene Wenger. His first win in the Premier League over Jose Mourinho. Liverpool, they played before this game, and they had a big chance to really cement their place in the top 4. But yet again, Liverpool letting us down. 0-0 they drew, and they missed a penalty to boot. James Milner missing the penalties, Fraser Forster saving it. Forster pulling off a hatful of good saves in the game. And, you know, Jurgen Klopp described it after the game as you know, it could be quite a significant point for Liverpool. And he could be right. It might be a significant point because it's still in Liverpool's hands. If they win their next couple of games, they will be in the top 4. But they should have had this done and dusted weeks and weeks ago. I don't know what it is with Liverpool this season, that they can beat the big teams, but when it's the mediocre teams or the small teams at the bottom of the league, they just seem to really struggle. I mean, they really struggle against teams that set up, you know, really compact against them, and it's something that Liverpool are going to have to sort out for next season if they're going to kick on. I do think they'll get in the top 4, but they've got to do better than that. I mean, imagine if they had have beaten these calibre of teams throughout the season. Liverpool could be talking about a title right now. The team that's talking about the title and that should get the title done, you know, their first step towards doing it tonight is Chelsea. They're taking on Middlesbrough tonight in the Premier League, final game of the Premier League weekend. Now, Chelsea know that if they win this game and then they beat West Bromwich Albion on Friday night, they will be champions of England for the second time in 3 years. And Middlesbrough, actually, if they lose the game tonight, they will be relegated from the Premier League. So you're not going to see a Liverpool that's going to, you're not going to see a Middlesbrough that's going to lie down and die. However, it's a really tall order to go away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where all their fans will be expectant, where the team knows that, you know, if they win this game, they're nearly there. You know, you just can't see Middlesbrough getting anything out of the game. And if Chelsea win this, as I said, they are one step closer to being the champions. On the talk of champions, let's congratulate Newcastle United of the Championship. They are the champions. They won their game yesterday 3-0 against Barnsley and became the champions of the Championship. Brighton, who were favourites to do it, they kind of crumbled away once they won promotion. They've been on the beach, and they lost their game. No, sorry, they drew their game yesterday with Aston Villa, hence why Newcastle won the title. Both of those teams are going to be coming up, so we'll see those teams next year, Brighton and Newcastle United. Who's going to be the other team? The playoffs are going to be really, really interesting. Some really, really good teams in there. So looking forward to that. Thanks for watching the show. And we'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.
Man like Robbie.